It is working. Uh, let's hope my mic doesn't start doing the same weird thing that I every once in a while does if I have it on like the other side of the table. I don't know what's up with that. It will work perfectly, but sometimes when I put it on the other side of the table, it just like starts making a weird ass sound. It has some problems, but don't we all? I told the other people in the group like, oh yeah, I'm gonna work on the sprites today. I'm gonna continue the lineup and maybe start with the coloring and stuff like that when it comes to the sprites. So be ready for that. I'm gonna probably send some updates. I'm not gonna touch them today. I don't want to do that. I don't want to think about it. Anyway, I'm gonna work on this because I feel like it. No, I want to, and mostly because I want to. That's honestly the only reason I'm gonna be doing this. Mm-mm-mm. Anyway, let me open up some more references for myself. Can I open multiple at the same time? No, I cannot. Amazing. Open these both. Ah, today's plan. I'm just gonna color things. Maybe do some rendering. Maybe do some adding details. All of these are gonna be a part of a bigger sort of a ref sheet picture thingy. Yes, each outfit is gonna have its own ref sheet because I'm insane. But yeah, that is today's plan. Nothing too um major. Mostly because I just really want to talk about things. I haven't been allowed to talk to people in way too long. At least like one day. Isn't it funny how I said like, oh yeah, might be going on a bit of a hiatus. It's like, well, not a hiatus, like a break because I'm not sure if I can stream on as many days as usually. And I've been probably streaming more than what I usually do. I love lying. I am I am number one liar. I was supposed to start earlier today because I was like, oh yeah, I don't have to go anywhere today. I can be just at home and I can just I don't know draw things and I can have fun. And then I was like, oh no, I have an exam today. Well, it's an online exam, so I don't really have to think about it. I don't have to take it into consideration because I'm gonna be home anyway. And then I was like, okay, yeah, that's great. That's great. I can maybe start the stream at like 2 p.m. I can go to the store in that time. I can eat in that time. Then I remembered that I also have an algebra class, and I was like, oh, fuck. No, it wasn't over already. I thought it was over. I thought I never would have to go there again. Um, Forgot that was only part one of the exam. Also, thank you for reminding me. I have not been doing my stretches today. Mostly because I didn't have the time. Oh, that exam was not fun. Network communications is like genuinely an interesting topic. Like, yeah, it could be fun. It's just that the teacher's teaching style does not exactly match with how I learn the best. So I knew like nothing when it came to that exam. Thank God it was open material, and also like we had the rights to just Google the questions as long as we worded them in a way that we could explain it, and like as long as we understood what we wrote, it was okay to use Google. And I was like, saved, I can maybe get through this. And that was before I saw the actual exam because um when the file was sent to us, I was like, okay, I can use Google. I have like 3 hours time. I'm gonna probably do this like in an hour or something, because like, I'm just gonna Google everything and write them in my own words and stuff like that. Um, so I I opened the link and it has like 10 questions, and I'm like, okay, that's not bad. 10 questions. I've done worse. All of the questions had like at least 10 parts to them. So technically there was 40 questions, and all of them required no like true false kind of answers, no like actual answers. And I had like, what's the word for it? You know, a talk about why I think that is the way that it is, and I was like, oh no. I sat here for like 3 hours just staring at it and trying to think of great ways to answer the questions. Still a big fan of the fact that we had to give our IP addresses in the exam. That was great. Um, I don't know how like illegal that is. Can you ask your students to provide you their IP addresses? It was an interesting thing to see in the exam. We had been joking about it with my friends, like, oh yeah, he's gonna ask us for our IP addresses as one of the exam questions, and then I see it as like an actual question. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I was I was joking about that. Uh, do I have to? And then like there was a a question after it was, is your IP address private or public? And I just answered, I hope it's public. I hope I use the public IP. So I was like, I was just looking at them and I was like, which one is the public? Which one is the private IP? Which one can I post here without doxing myself? So yeah, that's what my day has been like. It was great. Just write your teacher's IP instead. I could have done that. Genuinely, I could have done that because he keeps using his own IP and like own things as examples during the class, and it's the funniest shit ever. I'm genuinely great at learning when it comes to like just listening and looking at diagrams and stuff like that. But when I open the course material and instead of seeing like uh a normal picture of like, let's say, a Wi-Fi router with something like, oh yeah, this is a very simplistic and a normal sort of an IP route. IP what? Um, IP router. What am I saying? Like a very normal type of Wi-Fi router. I opened the materials and saw like that a teacher had labeled is the Wi-Fi router slide. It's like my Wi-Fi Wi-Fi router, and I was like, oh, oddly specific. But you know what? Okay, at least there was no essay answers, so that was fine. I'm not a big fan of essay answers. I'm not a big fan of essays because I have dyslexia. It's almost confirmed, by the way. I'm still in like testing process of that, but they are pretty sure that is what has been going on with me. I mean, it would explain a lot of things. Because the amount of times that I misspell something is like embarrassing. I'm happy that people have kind of just like learned to not say anything about it. It has become a part of my brand. I misspell every single word if I just can. Hell, I've probably misspelled my own name like multiple times. Actually, I have done that, now that I think about it. Yeah, I did that. I have misspelled my own name. I gotta fix some of the line art. Some of it's just so ass. Give me out of base. Thank you. I haven't made any color studies on this outfit, to be honest. I have an idea. I have a slight idea of how I want the colors to look like, and what sort of a color scheme I even want to go with. But it's just an idea. It is just in theory at this point. That's why I'm also starting with it, because I know it's gonna take the longest time. I'm gonna struggle with the colors so much. Just starting with the colors that will like never change. Or maybe they will one day. One day you see a new design and I just have like hot pink wings, I guess. Not the game theory. It's just a theory, a game theory. Thanks for watching. If mm, gotta love color theory, by the way. That was just a point, you know. I fucking love color theory. I'm not even saying that sarcastically, to be honest. I know a lot of artists hate color theory because it's confusing as fuck and like, oh yeah, oh, I want this pot to be like blue, and then when I color pick it, it's like fucking yellow, and I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. But I find color theory very nice. That is the most nerd thing to say. Oh, I actually think that color theory is quite nice. Like, what are you? Color theory. It's in a new channel, I thought. Style theory already. Oh yeah, yeah. That's definitely what it is. I made um a presentation about the color theory in video games, and like uh how they can be used, how color theory can be used in video games for a presentation like assignment. And I've never felt as called out when I was looking at it, and I was like, okay, yeah. I was looking at like other topics my classmates had picked, and they were like, oh yeah, what draws people to play mobile games? What makes a successful PC game? And I'm just sitting there like, I talked about the color theory in video games, and I felt like everyone was pointing at me and just like calling me out on that one. Like, oh yeah, guess which one is from the art school? And guess which one has used most of their life looking at paints and crying about art supply prices? The speech thing, yes. Also, hi. Yes, hi, how are you doing? it was the speech thing. I I was just looking at you guys being like, oh yeah, my topic is like oh and this, and I'm like, did I understand everything wrong? Am I gonna get a zero because I chose the most autistic topic that you can even imagine? I was looking at people being like, yeah. I chose this as topic because like, gulp. I'm gonna put gambling video games. You know what? That's great. I love that. Yeah. Hell yeah, gambling. I love gambling. Also, don't tell the others that I'm not working on the sprites. Emotes. Twitch emotes. Ugh, I hate them. I want to make like that annoying ass smiley face, and then it corrects it to Twitch emote, and I like I want to rip my skin off and start crying. I won't snitch. Thank you. I said hi. Hi, cheese. How are you doing? Where are you even going at this point? I saw that you're on the train again or something. Hey, but yeah. So I told them like yesterday, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna tomorrow work on the sprites. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna, um, I'm gonna start doing the line up for the rest of them. Just don't tell them. Just add these as the sprites in your game. I don't think the others will agree with that one. I don't want myself to be associated with the yaoi game. That's a lie. Got my parents. Ah. Oh yeah. I remember. Just passing by, got taken up. Go take a nap. I also tried to take a nap. Um, as I try, because my cat decided to bite my ass, and I just woke up to that. And I couldn't sleep after it because I was sad. I'm not even joking. I woke up to my cat just like laying on top of me, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's cute. You can stay there. And then he bit my ass, and I was like, you can't do that. Get a new character for these sprites. They just can't speak or be irrelevant. Can we make it an Easter egg? You do something very specific, like a random cutscene appears that is just like, dude, that's fucked up. Why would you take that choice? All those other choices, and you made this one. You're fucked up, dude. Like, call you out. Call the player out. I think more games should do that. I love achievements that call the player out. It's great. Sounds like a good idea to me. Only if the others shared our vision on this one. Do I want this variant to also have like very insane makeup? She'd be like that adding my OC to X Media. I love that trend so much. I keep seeing them and it's always like, please tell me that it's not obvious. I've been thinking about making those just for the joke of it. Like, they're amazing. Well, make it highlight so vibrant. Not supposed to be that vibrant. It's supposed to be like barely blue. Talking about art trends and stuff, I really want to do that one. Like, uh, mm, 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 mm. You know the soldier trend that has been going around, like that one guy with the insane pose. I want to draw that so bad because the pose it just seems so cool. It seems like a really nice thing to draw, and I gotta find time to do that. I keep having to repick the color because I'm an idiot. You know the hold on. You know the one guy that is like standing in that insane pose. That is like that is a way too long of a torso. Like I want to find an excuse to draw that trend just because the pose is like I'm gonna draw myself in that, and it's just gonna be like laying on the floor. Instead of the cool art reveal, it's that old trend of like character laying in a glue trap. That would happen. My legs they can't do that anymore, or my spine. My spine would probably just like crack in half. I hate being called out. I hate not being able to be a shrimp. I don't know if I know the trend or a similar one. I mean, yeah, there's been going a lot of like art trends going around again. It's great. I just wish I had the time to draw all of them. I always start with some sketches and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna continue this later. No, you're not. Stop lying to yourself. The day I actually start drawing art trends and stuff, it's the day I'm gonna. I'm not that's gonna happen to me. I was gonna say that that's the day when it's gonna be so over for you, all of you. Also, holy shit, that's a cat. Raggy has yet again discovered that he can sleep on the chair. He is sleeping on the chair right next to me. It's his chair now. He just looked next to me and I was like, what the fuck is that? It's a cat. He's being surprisingly nice. Last time he was not being nice. Then again, he was not being nice while I was doing the exam. He kept running around while I was like trying my best to focus. Motherfucker wants me to fail. Oh, yeah. Fail, I guess. I'm gonna try to give him similar makeup to what I have one day. It was really nice. Every once in a while, I have the idea that I could do like makeup looks inspired by other VTubers, and then I'm like, Gah. I have an actual camera. I could maybe take really nice photos because my phone camera sucks. Um, and I could like actually do something cool. But I get too lazy when I start thinking about it. Maybe one day. I have a lot of things that I keep saying. Maybe one day I'll do that. If you fail, then you'll be expelled. If you get expelled, then you'll spend more time at home with him. You're right. Maybe that is his plan. But he doesn't realize the fact that if I get expelled, I don't get money from the government, and he's not gonna get food if I don't get money. I gotta go for the plan C. Plan A and B have kind of failed already, to be honest. Plan B has been get good at school. No, fuck, that was plan A. I don't know. I don't know which one it is at this point. Okay, now I know what's bothering me about the face. The nose is too big. It's like the face. There is something wrong with the face that I cannot point it out. Like the face shape, that's right. And the eye shape is right. The nose was too wide. It's a huge flaw. You should probably explain it to him. He doesn't understand it. That's the problem. He doesn't really understand anything. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even know that he exists. Which, I feel that. We all just forget sometimes that we exist. And then we just, like, remember it. And it makes you kind of feel really bad for a moment. That is the wrong layer. I would be very much like Raquel and go to eat. Yes, go take a nap. Bye bye. I will see you at some point. Enjoy drawing these gorgeous creatures. I will. I will enjoy drawing the creature. One of these is just legitimately the creature. Hold on. No. 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 Yes, that one. Don't ask me how big the file is, by the way. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want you to know. He, in fact, does not exist. He doesn't think. It works that. Yeah, that's how it works, I think. It seems about right. I didn't really do psychology. Is that even. No, that's philosophy stuff. Anyway, the creature. I love this creature. I am genuinely very proud with how the post came out. It was very annoying to draw. I'll tell you that much. Like trying to get the body in the right angle and stuff like that. It sucked, but it looks cool. Back to the yaoi man. Yes, I've been calling this outfit the yaoi man because I don't know what to call it yet. And that was like part of my inspiration. I was just like looking at different manhwa artists and the way they style clothes, and I was like, yeah, I can work with that also. What are you doing there? I'm supposed to be there. There we go. I file this big when I try to replace License work desk in Pixel City. There was like actual documents here, and oh my god, that's cool. I work on files that are like way too big for anything that I'm doing. One thing that I'm afraid is that one day somebody will commission me to draw like a VTuber model, and I will send them the file, and they will be like, "Holy shit, dude! How am I supposed to do anything with this model? The file is huge." And I'm like, I should have probably told you that I draw on like, I don't know. I think I usually make my models on like 5,000 times 8,000, sometimes 10,000 uh pixels, you know? I want them to be high quality, is what I'm saying. If I can draw every single pore individually, then the model size and the model file is too small. PC don't like working with it. Oh, my PC hates when I work on anything big. It takes ages to for it to like save it. Or even worse, when I have to convert the file into another format and it's just like does not want to do it. One day I will upgrade my PC. So Liar, Pants on Fire said that she's gonna go to sleep and I see her liking my e-reels. I saw that. I'm listening to music on my phone, I can see. Or Kiro's PC, does your PC have a name? My PC doesn't deserve a name. Actually can't remember what I named my PC. I think it has like some sort of weird name because I always name my electronics something weird. Like I love naming my headphones extremely weird things. Currently, the headphones that I use like most when I go out and stuff, they are named so that it's an Omori reference, and I just I wish that one day, like someday, I have given a Omori fan a heart attack just with the name of my headphones. I mean, it does not. It works every. Look, I hate it. I don't know. I'm bad at naming things. I'm like generally really bad at naming things. Um, mm-mm. My cat, his name is Reki, right? He's named after Skate Infinity main character. You know, that Reki. That that character. Why? Because he had red hair. And I was like, okay, I'm getting an orange cat. That's close enough. I don't, I don't know what was the logic, and I kind of like the name Reki. So I was like, yeah, you know what? His name was gonna be Reki or Reno, named after my favorite Final Fantasy character, but um, I can't actually remember why I didn't do that. Yeah, I have no memory. I'm trying to think if there was a reason. I guess I just liked Reki more when I was naming him, and also because I one day I want to get a Russian blue. Russian blues are my favorite type of cat. Like that is my favorite cat breed. Uh, Russian blue short hair, I believe it's the full name of that breed. I don't know. I'm really bad with cat breeds. Okay, I just read that. I'm glad I'm not yours. Gulp. Pieces and laptops should have names. You guys can name my PC. You can name it. But yes, I want to get a Russian blue, and I will name it Langa. Langa or Adam, depending on if Reki likes other cats or if he doesn't. But just a good name. It is. It is a very nice name. I've been also saying that if I get a cat, I might name it a homunculus because I think that would be really funny. But uh, considering a certain friend of mine is one, uh, haha, I just look up to each other and see hello Red. I'm like, what? What? Oh my god, hi! I did not notice that. My bad. Hello, hi everyone. How are you doing? What were you doing today? I saw you were alive and I was lurking for a bit. But hi, thank you so much for raiding. Hello, hello. Minecraft. Oh, yeah. I forgot already. Hope you have had a really nice stream, and thank you so much for raiding. Yes, for those who don't know me or maybe new from the raid, hi, my name is Kira. I'm an artist mostly, but I also play a lot of horror games and like RPGs and shit. We do a bit of everything here, mostly art though, because otherwise I won't work. I need people to tell me that I have to keep working because otherwise I will work in 10-minute segments and then like do nothing. We're getting ready for a Minecraft purge event soon. Ooh, oh that's cool. I wanna get back into Minecraft, but every once in a while I play for like a long time and then I just stop playing it. So I guess everyone kind of has that same experience. What I've been hearing. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Though I don't think I will be able to stream it because I play it on my PS4, and that thing is a fire hazard. They're really good at character art. Thank you. That is my specialty. I love drawing character art. I love drawing characters. I don't love planning out where to put the streaks, though. Hmm. That's the basic Minecraft experience. Minecraft with friends to speak, though. I have never. No, I have played with friends, but that was like local co-op. We were at one of my friend's house and just played Minecraft. I'm happy I was able to raid you. You should sleep around this time. Time zones. Go we all out in time zones. But yes, go to sleep. That is important. And thank you so much for the raid. Time zones are my number one enemy. I have so many people that I wanna like talk to or collab with, and it's like, oh, they live on the other side of the world, and their time zone is like completely different. Ah. Good night. Good night. Hope you sleep well. Let the bedbugs bite and so on. That's right. I'm not saying don't let them bite. They also need food. I love the bed bugs. I don't. Bed bugs are one of my first worst fears. Bugs, in general, I love them. Big fan of bugs. Bugs are cool as hell. Um, Bed bugs. I don't want to think about the idea of that. Like, holy shit! What do you mean there's tiny bugs in my sheets? I want to be the only thing in my sheets. Like, don't sleep with me. I'm gonna kick you out of the bed. I'm gonna go with something very similar to the other uh model, just so that I don't have to maybe do everything again when it comes to hair. You know, for the actual model. Gulp. I wouldn't care about bugs and my sheets if they also didn't bite. Well, yeah, but like bed bugs, don't they bite? Isn't that the whole thing that they do bite and they do eat through everything and it's weird? I'm not very familiar with bed bugs. Top 10 bugs that I don't want in the same room as me while I'm sleeping is like any type of wasp. So, you know, that's a waste. um, Moths, because of the moth incident. What about tapeworms? Feelings about tapeworms? Um, Absolutely fucking not. Oh my god, no. I forgot that there is technically a bug. Yeah, uh, is it a bug or a parasite? Isn't it a parasite though? Isn't it just called a tapeworm, but it's a parasite? And it's not really a bug. Maybe a parasite, yeah. Need fly larva to stay away from me. Understandable. I need flies to stay away from me. You know, like trying to sleep. You're like you're asleep, you know. Okay, you're cozy in your bed, and suddenly there's like a fly flying around you, and you know it's a fly. So technically, you don't have to be scared or like anything. Just it's just a fly. It won't do any harm. But oh my god, isn't annoying. And it's like unlike a wasp or something that is very easy to kill or capture. A fly is annoyingly smart when it comes to capturing them. A guy like that. I'm a big fan of that. There is no glue worms. I don't want to think about glue worms. Also, I think it's a very important thing to mention. I have two opened monsters on my table right now. Because yesterday night I opened one of them. I drank like half of it and just put it back in the fridge. I was like, okay, I'm gonna drink that tomorrow. Today morning, I woke up. I walked up to my fridge. I grabbed a entire monster, opened it, drank like half of it, put it in the fridge, and I was like, I'm gonna drink that later today. And then I looked at the second open monster, and I was like, I'm at two of them. That's great. So I have two monsters on my table right now, and I'm just like switching between them. I can't do this with only one of them. I feel like an alcoholic every time that I do this. Every time that I have like multiple monsters on the table, and I'm drinking all of them at the same time. Twin monsters. But sure, I sure hope there's not gonna be a plane. Or, no reason at all. I don't actually know how braids work. It's been a while since I braided my own hair. I used to wear like tiny braids in my hair at one point, and I would allow people to braid them in. Um, haven't done that in a long time. Maybe I should bring that back. I don't like how that piece of hair is drawn out. It's pissing me off. There we go. That's better. That is a lot better. Does that look okay-ish? Mm. Mm. I feel like it's just the way that I've drawn the braid that makes it look weird-ish. I love how half of the time the model isn't even tracking my face because I'm just like shrimp laying on the table. Instead of zooming in closer, I just like smash my face against my drawing tablet and I'm just like, I wonder if that looks good. I think that's good. I think that looks okay. I was thinking about also adding a third color in the hair. I'm gonna I'm gonna be so happy when I'm making the actual model. And I'm like, why did I add 1,000 colors in this hair? Now every one of them has to be a separate layer and you have different shadows and shit like that. Also, fuck you. I wanna lay on the table. People ask me if I can't see. Yeah. Well, look, I might be blind. And in my defense, I don't want to zoom in too close because then I will focus on small details. So I think just laying on top of the drawing tablet is a completely valid way of doing it. Do you have anything else that I can color in and know what color they're gonna be? The eyes. Oh yeah, and also technically this maybe. I have an idea what I want the color to be like. I just need to find like a good color for it. Oh shit, Sherlock. I'm probably gonna throw it on multiply immediately. Dark colors are annoying to work with when you want to make something appear like sheer, because you throw on multiply, um, you throw on multiply, you know, and suddenly it becomes really washed out. Two Pokemon card questions. First is LOA EX good. Probably, yeah, I would assume. Do you want a random Italian Pokemon card? Yes. What? Hell yeah, I want that. What do you mean random Italian Pokemon card? Is there an Italian version also of them? Because I know that there's like a German printout of all the cards, and the names are really funny. I didn't know there's also an Italian one. Damn. I mean, huh. Names are in English, but the other text is in Italian. Ooh, I see. Yes, I want that. I should buy more Pokemon cards. I should order like an EDP and I don't know, open it on stream. No, I should not. They cost a lot. They're expensive. It's a really bad idea. It's a really bad Nightcore playlist. I know nothing about these songs. These are not the OG songs. That seems better. Yes, I'm again listening to old Nightcores. I couldn't find any good music for the stream for myself, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going back to my roots. I kind of want the fabric to seem like it's really shiny and maybe like two-toned. So that's why I'm adding in some colors. Not for the cool rendering effect, no. It's the actual colors. Mm. It's kind of the same thing as with the first model's shirt. Like, it was not supposed to be only a render thing. It was supposed to be like sort of a coloration of what type of fabric that the shirt uses. But I don't think I did a great work with drawing that. So, you know. Mm-mm. I'm gonna anyway rework that shirt a little bit when it comes to colors and stuff like that. So it doesn't really matter that much. I'm not sure if I liked. Okay, then I'm gonna figure it out. So I have the actual colors figured out. Because I was also thinking about making it just white. Or like a really pale green slash blue color. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I know how to make great outfits. I know how to make great silhouettes, but I'm not sure if I can make it look nice when it comes to colors. You know, did a really good job with masking everything here out, so I can just like start throwing in colors and kind of see what I like, what sticks. That's not a great job with it. Oh yeah, let me just like stay in the lines and immediately I go over them. I was gonna say I've never been too good with like coloring pages and stuff like that. That's a lie. That is such a lie. I fucking love coloring books, by the way. I should buy myself one again. Because I love coloring and working with like color pencils and watercolors even. I just don't like drawing traditionally. But I love coloring. That's kind of why I mostly worked with acrylic paints when it came to any sort of traditional art. Acrylic paints are my best friend when it comes to painting. Oil paints, I hate oil paints. I hate paints so much. But like, I love painting. It's great. But oil paints, they take the fun out of painting. I just don't like how long they take to dry. Because when I paint, I like to work really fast. I like to layer up a lot of paints. I like to sort of do very basic base colors and then just start layering on top of that, bringing in details as I go. But with oil paints, you can't really do that. You have to work very slow. You have to already when you're making the base colors, you have to take in some shadows and stuff like that. Because otherwise, you have to wait like in 10 hours each time you work on the painting. Or maybe I just don't know the way you should be using them. My style doesn't suit them, but you know, I'm gonna blame it on the paints. Which paint would you eat though? Oh, that's a great question. Hmm. Okay. Uh, watercolors and gouaches and all. I feel like that's gonna be too dry. You know, like watercolors. Ooh, maybe though like wet watercolors, like those out of tube ones. No. Heavy body acrylic. Yeah, that's my final choice. If I would have to eat a paint, it would be a heavy body acrylic. You know, it looks really soft, and it kind of looks like whipped cream. So I feel like it would be really nice to eat, and it would probably be like kind of sweet, but not too sweet, you know? Yeah, I think I'm I think I'm gonna go with that one. Or hmm, or I would just like drink spray paint because it's really liquidy. So hmm, hmm. But I feel like spray paint wouldn't taste good. You know what I mean? It just kind of seems like it would be like sour, but not in that great way. If I'm gonna eat paint, I probably want to be old and poison or poison's watercolor juice. Oh yeah, that's yeah. I see the vision. spray spray paint seems like it would be ass. That's what I'm saying. It seems like it would be like remember those like really sour candies that everyone was going crazy about because oh they're so sour and it's a pain to eat them. Like they're not even good. Why would I eat them? They just taste awful. And you just eat them because of funny factor. Like look, I do a lot of things because of the bit. Basically live for the bit. I'm gonna do something really stupid if it would be a really funny moment. I don't care if it's gonna hurt me in the moment. If it's gonna be a funny story, I will do it. But like, they were just ass. It doesn't even taste like anything. What's the point? Yeah, if it just tastes sour, it's just like, why would you do that? Just go eat ants, I guess. Like at that point, just please go eat ants. I've eaten ants before. I think every kid has eaten ants. Like that has to be some sort of a universal childhood experience. Factory poison, are not even funny. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The bit is not even funny if you just like, ooh, it's just a sour candy. Eat ants. And the ants ate me. Okay, well, I see. I guess I had a different experience then. When I was a kid, um, my brother once dared me to eat ants. And I don't mean like cooked up ants. Like, oh yeah, we went to a street food place and just like it was cooked up ants that had been like dipped in flour and oil and shit like that. No, I mean, he went, I dare you to eat ants. And I was like, okay, bet. How? And he walked me up to an ant hill, just put a stick in that ant hill, and waited for a moment, then pulled the stick out of the hill and was just like, eat them. That's the story of how I ate live ants. I wouldn't do that again. Not that I have like semi-developed frontal lobe, I don't think I would do that again. I don't know why I did that. Were they good though? No. No, they were not. They were genuinely just ass. Just ass. Not great. Would not recommend. in case anyone was thinking about eating them today for lunch or something like that, I would not recommend. I had a friend who had unliquid stick. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember when people also did that. And salad though. I haven't had that. I think I would eat that rather than just eating like the ants. Because it was kind of nasty. They were alive. I'm blocking a block this way. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna bring the green into this design as well. But I don't think it would suit the color palette that I have in mind. Like, I think it's too much, you know? I want it in somehow, though. Mm. As much as I love the white shoes, I think they have to go. And also, that is just way too pink. I like bright colors, but it seems a bit too much, even for me. Bright red shoes. I don't know how I feel about that idea. That is an idea I'm gonna definitely keep it in mind. Yeah, definitely. What if I make the shirt something else than white? What if I made the shirt bright green? You know what? Oh. Yeah, I just don't think it works with the silhouette and the vibe that I wanna go with. I don't think, sadly. Make it all pink washing machine instead. Okay, bet. Okay. Um, I get a like one piece that is like one piece, like a couple of pieces that are like different color. You know, I can't look at this. I can't. No, stop. You know, you know who this reminds me of. you know, you know, you know who this reminds me. Give me a moment. I'm trying to find a picture of him. Yeah, it's just yeah. Okay. I had completely forgotten that he was a character. And I just like when I was drawing that, I was just like, This color, like these colors, they kind of remind me of someone, and I just like remembered he exists. Fucking red, white of blue corp. Oh my god. Go away, please. Let's 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 go back to just like a gray, like a base gray, you know? I gotta look in. I have to look in. I have to look in. No more funny business. No more funny haha. I completely forgot that red white was a character, and I just like the visions came back to me. This isn't really working if I do it like that. I'm just trying to kind of plan out like which parts I want the outfit to be darker and stand out. To be honest, if I left that be a light color, it might kind of be a nice contrast. And those to be like darker shades. And I'm not gonna make everything pink because then I'm just gonna start giggling like a fucking idiot again. You know? I can make color meshes and stuff like that in VTube Studio once the model is done. Maybe maybe I can add a color variant that is just like full pink. It's gonna be a redeem. Shint. Ah, shiny. Shint. Yes, a shiny variant. Then we got shinies before. Uh, what? I don't know. I give up. Okay, maybe that is the sort of a plan for the colors. Well, not the colors, that is just grey. I'm not gonna leave it like that. Fuck it, I'm making everything beige. I'm becoming a beige mom. I'm not. Don't worry about that. That my apartment is quite the opposite of that, actually. I'm trying to cover up my white walls because I feel like I'm in a mental hospital. Not to buy more prints, I have to buy some posters or something. I still have too much wall space left. Okay. Hmm. Do I have my inspiration board still so that I can just like easily access it? Please say yes. Let me open up Pinterest. The wrong account. This is the wrong Pinterest account, but you know what? This works as well. This really does work. Hold on. I just remembered something. I remembered that I sent my Pinterest board to one person that I commissioned like a couple weeks ago. Um, so I can just open it that way. Hell yeah! There we go. I got my Pinterest board. Everything's fine again. Everything's amazing. Mm-mm. I'm gonna find like a picture that has a nice color scheme, and we're gonna just use that. I'm just gonna drop from that, and then like, hmm. I don't usually do this, but I'm really struggling with the color palette. I just need some ideas. I really just need some ideas. I love this picture, by the way. I think it's so cute. I don't really fuck with blues though. Maybe I can change my opinion about them. Picture, I know, right? So cute. What is it? I'm such a big fan of this picture. Yeah, I don't think blues are just gonna work because of the hair. Do I have to get rid of the streaks? Do I have to make them another color? In a way, that would be cool though. But the hair is kind of a signature thing now, isn't it? A hierarchy. Every single one of my designs always has this hair coloring. So I don't really want to get like rid of it. I love it. Hmm. I'm gonna force myself to work around this. Ooh. Oh, I like that actually. I was a little afraid it's gonna look too moldy. But you know what? No. Gonna fuck with that. My hair is nice. No. I cut my bangs like 2 weeks ago, maybe. No, yes, 2 weeks about. They're already too long and they're already getting into my eyes. But I don't want to cut them again because the last time I did, I got them too short. Yes, 2 weeks, 2 weeks ago, about little over, a little over 2 weeks ago. Let's just say it that way. I got my bangs because they were getting so long that they were constantly in my eyes. And I was in general just kind of cleaning up my haircut. I got my bangs way too short, and now 2 weeks later, they're already so long that they're constantly in my eyes, and it's pissing me off. My hair grows out way too fast, and it's always a problem. I feel like this is getting too green. The colors are supposed to be like pink, purple, and green, with a hint of brown thrown in there. I feel like it's getting a bit too green. Even though I love green, green is a great color. Mm. Why am I struggling so much with colors? This is usually like the thing that I'm really good at. Oh yeah, I can just make great color palettes, and then like suddenly I'm working on my own model and designs, and like, yeah, I don't know what colors are, man. I think I've seen colors, maybe. Yeah. Genuinely, how am I so bad at this? Because I wanted to kind of look more ethereal than this outfit, which is supposed to be like an opposite of. But I also really want to keep the green in this color palette. But I just feel like it's not working in my favor. I feel like if I use pink for this, it becomes really washed out. Not really pink, but more warm white. Ricky woke up for a couple of minutes. Um, I thought he was gonna leave the chair and maybe go sleep for somewhere more comfortable. It turns out he just went to face the other way. I genuinely thought he was gonna just go away because he like stood up and everything. And I was like, okay, Ricky's gonna go away. He's gonna start being annoying again. And the next thing I know, he's just like back to sleeping. My bad. My throat is acting up. I think one of the problems is the darker green that I'm trying to get the color here. What if I also made those like white? Basically, my color palettes are like limited spaces. Limited? No, not limited spaces. Goddamn. Yes, my favorite. My favorite type of background score. Limited spaces. And the scary thing about them is that you only have a limited space, and there's like 100 people trying to fit into that room. The room can hold like comfortably, let's say, 60 people. Mm. It just doesn't really work. Aesthetic very scary though. I know, right? That would be a nightmare. No, but genuinely would be awful. One idea that I also had was to make the outfit very um, black and white. So more inspired after that, after like what I wear in real life most of the time. Because most of my clothes are, well, black and white. And I also think that would be kind of nice. like a very monotone color variant. Mm-mm-mm. And in a way, it would contrast the bright colors here very well. I'm just afraid that it will look very out of place with the graphics and everything. Also, I'm remaking them again. I love making graphics. They were, you know, there for at least a couple of months. That's too much. I gotta make new ones. You know, I kind of like the idea of making it actually like very black and white, with just like hints of color. I think that could be cute. Because usually I do tend to go for those like really bright colors. Mm, surely I can find a way. Somehow get the green in there as well. Hmm. I have an idea, but it's really stupid. So I'm gonna see how that would work. I'm probably not gonna end up using this one. But that's saturation, that's the wrong one, that's color. Hmm. I mean, I kinda like it. I kinda do really like it. Like making the hair have green. But I'm also afraid that it will be too different. Just be the worst boss of Silk Song, not the hardest, he just sucks. Congratulations. I swear to god, you have to start playing Elden Ring. I think it would be fun to experience that. Make it dark green and red for Christmas. Stop! Not the Christmas colors, no! Just gonna make him entirely green. Hmm. Because I like it as an idea. I'm gonna play Elden Ring, it does look fun. Not right. I think I can actually beat harder games. Exactly. You just have to remember, if the health bar can go down, it means it can also die. It can bleed, it can die. You just gotta always have that mindset when you play any sort of a Souls game, to be honest. I've been thinking about buying Elden Ring for my PC, just because I wanna play it as a better experience than on my old ass PlayStation 4 that keeps lagging, and I keep thinking that it will just like burst up in flames. It might happen one day, okay? Considering that I can't remember when was the last time I actually cleaned it, very likely that it will happen. Just yet again a reminder from myself to open up the not PC. Well, also that the PlayStation and clean it. take out all the cat hair. Does Elden Ring have multiplayer or something? It does have multiplayer, but it sucks. But there is the seamless co-op mod, which is great. There's that, and it also works with the randomizer. I love Elden Ring randomizers. They're my favorite thing ever. I feel like if I well, I've done one randomizer run with my brother. We were like passing the controller to one another after every single fight. It was not fun. I mean, it was fun, but there are just some bosses that you do not want to see in like a very specific room. And somehow we always got like the worst spawns ever. Sounds fun as hell. I mean, it kinda is. It's like fun, but also painful. I mean, there is also, if you just want the Elden Ring experience, but with co-op, the purple shot is too similar to this one. But then again, if I am changing up this model shirt, hmm, still just adding some purple details. But yes, what I was saying, there is Night Rain, which is also something that I really want to play one day, but I don't want to get it and then have nobody to play it with because, it is co-op. It is the co-op game. The Elden Ring friend slop. I love the term friend slop games. Like, oh no, I have friends that also play video games and I'm having fun with them. Ooh, like, what's the bad thing here? Yeah, I kind of fuck with that. Kind of looks like, oh, horses. You know how horses have um the like markings. Used to ride horses. I know about them. Playing with friends, sloppy style. Can we not say that? I love praying. I love playing with my friends. Sloppy style. Like, mm, okay, that is definitely one of the things. Praying. No, you were not supposed to pay attention to that one. You were supposed to ignore me. Yeah. Anyway, I think I know what kind of a color scheme I'm like colors I'm going for. It is gonna be very different from what I usually do, but I feel like that is great. That is great for the more um you know you know I'm not gonna tell you. I can't get, I can't get over praying sloppy style. That sounds like a really bad um like a really bad book. You know what kind of books I'm talking about. Those fucking book talk books. I have hatred towards them. Like if you wanna read it's not that bad, just fucking use AO3 like the rest of us. Ooh, but I'm reading an actual book, so it's like, actual literature and I'm better than you. You're just reading smart. Please. You're no better than us. I mean I don't, of course. I don't read that, but Mm. Ooh, I can add the crane in little charms and everything. Yeah, I can do that. So it's like a nice little accent color. Yeah. Look, it's all coming together. I still know how to do this. I swear. This is gonna be so much easier once I easier and faster. Once I get to the ones that already have colors, like the outfits that I know, but I wouldn't change with them. But I wanna work on. I mean, there is still technically only one, kinda two, designs that don't have colors after this one. Um, but I had to think for a moment. One of them kinda has colors and stuff already, but I might change things up a bit. Because I also changed the design quite drastically. Can we stop with the ads? I've not listened to music. I'm so close to buying YouTube Premium again. The ads are killing me. For some reason, I don't like using Spotify when I'm just like listening to music while drawing and stuff like that. I don't know what's up with that. Like the only times when I really use it is when I'm walking somewhere and need to listen to music. can't walk without music. It just feels very wrong. But when I'm drawing and when I'm at home, I just always have like YouTube open. Oh, that doesn't look great. I do want it to have some sort of pattern. Let me look up the actual flowers again. What's the name of it again? Uh, that's not how you spell it. Every time that I Google this flower, like try to look it up on Pinterest, they always just give me the dead versions of it. Like, yeah, I get it. It kind of looks like a skull. That's cool and all. Uh, but it's like that's not what I want. I want the alive version of this flower. Mm-mm-mm. There is multiple different colors. I do really fuck with this color variation. I'll even go with just that, to be honest. But do not move anything. That's a very bad idea. Like the wine red. It's a bit of like of a purple, blue underside. I feel like that's just a nice coloration of a flower. You don't see that enough. And maybe instead of blue, I can use the green. It's the wrong side of it. Fuck's sake. Okay, I think that's great. That's great. I can maybe make the greens like a mask, so I can use them as like a shadow or a highlight. I feel like that could be cool. I swear to God, this entire stream is just gonna be me coloring one of them. Well, that's how it is sometimes. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take this one stream to work on all of them. Yeah, definitely finish them up. No, you can't. It's okay though. I don't really have anything else to do today, so I can maybe do a longer stream. Tomorrow, I'm not sure if I will be, really streaming, but I might be. I might be you know, backseating in in another stream. Not really backseating. It's not backseating if I was allowed to be there, but I'm not gonna say anything because I'm not sure. But otherwise, tomorrow I will be cleaning my room, so I won't be streaming. We'll be doing that, and also working on some school work because yeah, 1,000 essays. For one of them, I have about a week to work on it. I have not even started. Look, the problem is usually I'm not against writing essays. No, I think it's kind of fun. It's like, it's okay. It's not something that I like doing, but like I'll do it. If you give me a nice topic, I might even enjoy writing. Um, the problem is the topics. The course is my only course that I have to do finish, I believe. And you can just tell that there usually probably isn't a lot of, people who study game development in that course because all the topics are about, well, uh, the other topics are about like sports, if I believe right, sports, health, that kind of shit. And the other topic is AI, and I was like, please, when do we get a break? I have 2 weeks to do it left. Hmm. Well, you're asking when we get a break when you were the one who left to go to Italy in the middle of the busy middle, just before the busiest week that we had. You will never not hear about this, by the way. It was not mountain. That's great. I was crying in the bathroom. I was having a mental breakdown in class. You were on a mountain, like, how great. I was not actually having a mental breakdown. Okay, no, I was once. Coding is not for me. Mm. I'm gonna go for a classical look. Make that slightly darker. Oh yeah, because the idea was to have those be another color. I'm honestly kind of using an outfit that I wore a couple of days ago as my inspiration and color palette. It was a nice outfit. Um, I made it because it was a laundry day, okay, and I didn't really have anything to wear. Well, it's still a laundry day. I still need to wash the rest of my clothes. But I was like, oh, I don't really have anything that I usually wear. Let me just throw on like a shirt that I haven't worn quite some time. And I actually bought that one for a LARP. And I was like, yeah, maybe I can style this somehow. It's a really nice outfit. I liked it. Holy shit, the cat is snoring so loud. I don't know if I can maybe get the mic close enough. He's snoring so loud. I thought my phone had like an alarm or something go off. My guy is having a great dream or something. I don't think I've ever heard him snort that loud. Never mind, I have a better idea. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it was a nice idea, but I fuck with that more. It's more personal. As you can see, I'm using quite as a repetitive pattern here because I am planning on making all the designs focus on one like specific sort of a card symbol. Well, not all of them. There's five of the designs. Um, one of them is like generally all of them. You know? No, my both monsters are empty. What am I supposed to drink now? Drink beasts. Yeah, yeah. You know what? That's a great idea. I'm gonna make like a. If I ever have the chance to make a any sort of like a merch thing. No, even better. If I get the chance to make like a fucking energy drink flavor, I'm gonna call it just like Beast, and it's gonna be a ripoff of some sort of a monster flavor. It's gonna be a ripoff of my favorite monster flavor that is sadly discontinued already. I will always miss the Monster Mule. It was so good. It's supposed to be. Oh, it's supposed to be. It's just a part of the West. I think. Yeah. I genuinely miss the Monster Mule flavor so much because like you don't really find any other ginger flavored energy drinks now, do you? Ginger flavoring in general is one of my favorites. Uh, so being able to drink that as an energy drink, it was great. But no, they discontinued that flavor, or I don't know. They don't sell it in Finland anymore. They always discontinue my favorite flavors. The same thing happened with the blueberry rock stars. That used to be like my go-to energy drink. No, they discontinued that one as well. And then I was like, okay, I gotta find something else. I started drinking monsters. And I started drinking you know, um I think it was like the purple monster. And then I discovered Monster Mule and I was like, holy shit, this is the best thing ever. If they ever discontinue this, I'm gonna start crying. They discontinued it. Because I don't like um I'm not that big of a fan of sweet flavors, right? I don't really like sweets in general. Um so it was really nice. It wasn't that sweet. It was like very nice. That's all. I'm really bad at describing things, okay? Sorry, I'm paying attention. I have an idea for the run, but I don't know how to do it. That's a really good good ass dragon fruit Red Bull. Ooh, oh my god. Dragon fruits are another thing that I love. I wish they sold those. Like the actual fruits. Not talking about gay people, by the way. Don't sell those. Don't sell me, please. I wish they sold those fruits. You know what I mean? Okay, okay, that kind of works. That kinda does work. Mm-mm. I like it. Um, I wanted to kind of look like the fleur-de-lis symbol. Like a half of it. Just, you know. That's why I also chose the Snapdragon. Well, part of the reason why I chose the Snapdragon as the flower that I pasted that ornament on. Because it also kind of has the similar shape to it. It's not as noticeable, but we can act like it is. Because it's a great idea. And you know, thinking also because one thing that is very important to every design, well, at least I'm gonna try to get it to every design, is the checkboard pattern. So I was thinking about adding it to one of the shoes, but I'm not working on those yet. No, just working on this part. I love what? I love how I have like an entire design guide for new designs and just like in general how I draw. I've never shared that anywhere. It is like a whole ass Google document that I have, just combined of things like lore and design points, and I never share it because I'm scared of doing that. every once in a while when I commission someone, I'm like, oh, maybe I could also share that and be like, okay, here's also some cool like details, and then I'm like, I'm gonna seem really annoying if I do that. I don't know why. It's like if somebody did that to me, like commissioned me and sent me an entire document just like based on the character's sort of like lore and designs, I'd be hyped. I'd be so hyped. Like I'd be like, hell yeah, best commission that I ever can make. Please let me work on this. Please let me cook. But I'm afraid that if I do it, I will be annoying. I guess it really depends on the artist. Because I like being detailed with my work. Also, I just realized something. There we go. Hurry you up there. Like, when did that even happen? Probably before I even started coloring. Mm-mm-mm. Honestly, I am already a big fan of this. The colors, oh, they're coming out really nice. I usually try to avoid going for a darker color palette because I know it can be really annoying to shade and annoying to like break into pieces so that the silhouette stays clear and stuff like that. But I feel like it's honestly going pretty well. The pants, the pants though, that needs to be a different color than the shirt because that's gonna look like a pantsuit then. The cat is awake yet again. Mm-mm-mm. Again, there is always this idea. Making them white. But I just feel like that's maybe a bit too much. It stands out a bit too well, you know. So I just really want to give one of the designs white pants. I love the concept of white pants. I don't know why. But I just don't think light pants are gonna work with this design. I think sadly I have to go for like a darker color than the shirt. Those need to be the same. Mm-mm-mm. Same red color. Maybe I'll make that lighter. Yeah, maybe that can work. Maybe that can be my compromise. One of my favorite type of posts are those like two people trying to pick between something, and it's like, and we made a compromise and went with my idea. Like, I don't know if you know what a compromise means, but it's not that. If I make the pants just like darker than everything else, How would that look? Would that also look very great? That will look great. That will look great. I'm gonna go with that. Hi, how are you doing today? I hope you've been having a great day. Uh, you know, generally I think it looks kind of good. Guess then it ties in that Western. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna keep that. I might. There's a very big might. Do some color correction. I'm trying to get it maybe not so dark because I know that I'm gonna hate myself when I have to shade this all, like shade and render. That again, what's new? But just existing. Have to find a mysterious gift. Sub to the channel. Oh yeah, that happened. You're welcome. Don't go watch the water. That's all I can say. Look, um, Outside stream was something yesterday. I did it for the bit. And just saying, if you see any art or any sort of a story, to be honest, um, how do I say this? Of me getting oiled up. No, you did not. It doesn't exist. You didn't see that. Um, and we're gonna act like act egg egg act like it doesn't. You didn't see that. It doesn't exist. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, but I did it for the bit. Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. Please. Don't think about it too much. We don't have to. We don't have to. That I can that we can agree on. Thank you. Somebody gets me. Mm-mm-mm. Somebody gets me. At least. I love how like it wasn't supposed to go this route, but it's kind of giving like um Bloodborne vibes. I'm just saying, like Bloodborne, Dark Souls kind of vibes. And honestly, I fuck with that. Come on, agreed. Very great, very great point. Like it reminds me of what's her name again? I'm gonna Google because I don't wanna be wrong. Bloodborne is not my favorite Soulsborne game, so I have to Google just to make sure that I'm talking about the right character. Yes. The colors and everything is just kind of reminding me of like Lady Maria, you know? And I'm not against that. That is, she's a diva. I love her. And blind step as far as you concept. I never finished that. Gulp. I forgot to do that. I am blinded and deaf, like as far as anything concerns that. Might as well be. It's fucking um, you know, I forgot what I was saying in the middle of the sentence, and now I just gotta have to exist with that. Uh, I don't know what I was about to say. I know these don't really look like flowers. They just kind of look like shapes. I'm aware of that. I just don't want to draw that many flowers. Yes, I'm aware that I am the one making the model. Look, just don't question it. That's nothing to do. I am fully aware that I am the one who's making it. All things are shapes. Well, look at you. You're so smart about it. I'm sorry. All things are shapes. You're correct. But they are like extra shapes, you know? Very shapy. Very doesn't look like anything, just the shape. When I was drawing that, I just didn't want to think about drawing 1000 flowers. Those flowers suck to draw, okay? They were very and difficult. Shapes and colors. I'm a big fan of shapes and colors. Mm-mm-mm. Let me add checkboard pattern before I forget. This is actually something that I did. Well, not exactly what I did. Very similar to what I did on an design commission some time ago. And I absolutely fell in love with the idea. Can't remember if it was the design that we like ended up going with, but it's gonna be different enough so that I can use it because it was on the pants and this is gonna be on the shoes. Mm-mm. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I don't know how to do this. Uh, Okay, okay, okay. Maybe works. Is that too small? That might be. People hate me when I show them this design. I'm like, any of my designs, to be honest. I'm like, yeah, you know, you can upcharge me for a complicated design. You know, it's fine. I'm generally super fine with that because I know every time that I even uh like send a commission request to someone, I'm always like, to pay, by the way, if you want, you can charge me for a complicated design. Um, I get it. I am the artist. I am the idiot who designed the character. I don't mind it. No, that. I think when it comes to like VTuber designs and stuff like that, a lot of people want a really complicated design, and then they get mad at the fact that they can get like upcharged by artists. And I think like if you want a complicated design, you have to also be aware of that. You can't just be like, well, I just really want like a complicated design because they look cool, and then be mad when people are like, hey, by the way, I have to charge you extra for this because this is really complicated. This is gonna take my time. Like if you want a complicated design but are not ready to deal with stuff like upcharges and stuff like that, maybe don't get one. Just saying, just maybe don't get one. Especially also if you're like thinking about commissioning a lot of art, then be aware of that case. The lack of respect that some people in this community have for artists is just like truly something. My brother in Christ, you're operating basically a 2D drawing. I think you have to start respecting the artist who put in the work to make those a little bit more. You know, just saying. No, they're gonna stay white. No, that's the wrong tool. I was gonna send someone with a pretty complicated jacket. They pay the full beforehand. One photo. Yeah, that is also like I love tipping culture. I love when people tip for tip when I finish the commission and stuff like that. It's like I don't expect people to do that. No, I like working with like budget things because I also when it comes to that, I have a pretty tight budget. I can't really commission all the people that I want to because I just simply don't have the money to do that. But I love when people understand the like complicated design or something like that might take an artist more work to do. I don't know. I'm bad at talking. Okay, maybe I should just shut up. But yes, anyway, my point was, if you are planning your VTuber design, if you're making a VTuber design, if you want to become one, please take in consideration your design. Take in consideration how much you are truly willing to, you know, pay for it. Your design doesn't have to be over the top. It's really bad to say when it's somebody like me talking because I am. I'm in a kind of a spot where like yeah, I can make my designs very over the top because I can always make the art if I need to, and if I can find someone within like my budget race. But you know, you know, please appreciate artists. Please treat them like human beings. I am tired of seeing people being like, I got upcharged by my artist because of my design. It's not really that complicated though, right? And so like, there's like a design with like 15 belts, 15 belts, like 10 different earrings. I'm like, I think you have a different definition of a complicated. What am I trying to do here? I'm trying to do something with the shoes. Mm-mm-mm. There's a lot of those that I post because I am also an artist, so I am in a lot of art communities and stuff like that. I really need to make it so that the wings don't blend into that. Ah, hmm. I did feel bad, but then again, they never reached out to me regarding it, and I did upfront before they even started. I mean, that is a good way to deal with it. And I feel like a lot of artists will reach out to you if they need to talk about something like that. What do I? I'm gonna have a crash out. Oh, I want them to not blend into the shoes so much. But I don't want to get rid of the white coloration on the like actual shoes because I feel like it's really cute. It kind of looks like you know markings that horses have on their feet, and I think that's really cute and funny. But also, I'm afraid that if I keep the wings similar sort of white, it might come across as like actual wings. They are not actual wings. They are just part of the shoe. I'm not making any more actual wings into my designs. I swear. It's funny that I said that. That works. That does work. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. I like that. Am I just gaslighting myself? I think it looks nice. I can't. I cannot not do this. I. I've been thinking about buying leather paint and painting my actual shoes to have red bottoms because, yeah, I love that. Like the first time that I did this was in this design, and every like since that every time that I think about making a new design, I'm just like I want to bring that. I want to bring that back. It looks so cool. And I usually struggle with designing shoes, and it is such a way, like such a great way to tie in some sort of a color that is so good. Oh yeah, the cane. I need to color the cane in. Um, let me maybe this one also out first. I don't know if anyone has realized. I hope you have because I've spent a lot of time working on this. Um, the cane is a gun. I'm not gonna even like hide it. Probably not a real gun, but I saw like a couple of days ago when I was online shopping. I wasn't buying anything. I was just like looking at things, window shopping online. That's what I was trying to say, but I forgot. Um, I saw like a really cool cane that had this sort of design. And I was like, I'm stealing that. I'm stealing that as an idea for the next design that I'm making for myself. Look, it was it was too perfect. My other idea was a sword, but I feel like that has been done uh many times now. Like a sword or an umbrella. That has been done so many times. I was like, I want something cool, something unique, not just like a normal cane gun. I don't know. I've always thought that like if I was in any sort of a game that had a weapon system, I would have a gun. Let's be real. It would be a gun or a claymore. I know I could not field a claymore. I no, just no, I could not do that. I'm way too weak to actually feel wield one, but I feel like it would be cool. I like claymores, I like big swords. Um, but like realistically, I think it would be a gun. Mostly because at one point I did do shooting as a hobby. Shooting as a hobby. I don't. What's the actual word for it? You know what I mean. And I also uh used to be a hunter, so I really also wanted to learn archery, but I never really learned actual archery. Uh, I do know how to use a hunting bow, and I have had the chance to like do horseback archery, but I never learned how to just like do normal archery. Maybe one day. I just don't really know where to go with that. All my hobbies are really hard to start, or like things that I would want to try out as hobbies. They're always something that's like it's impossible to get into or get back into. Okay, I definitely have to change the color of that. The wheel. Not too much though. I don't want to change it too much. I feel like that. Hmm. Anyway, I'm gonna try to get a not so dark, just so that the silhouette would be a bit more clear. So hey, we got the green. we finally have the green in the design. Nope. Hmm. Green. I was struggling to get any green in this design. I mean, it's very minimal, but it's still there. It is there, I swear. Trying to drink the rest of the monster, but there really is nothing left. I still have one in the fridge. Mm. If I make the shirt more of a grayish color, a really washed out color. Yeah, everything else will stand out more. And I feel like that would look really nice. Mm. Yeah. What if I'm gonna try this out? This might look really stupid. I don't want that to be so red. So what if I make it so that it kind of fades into gray and then yeah. I'm cooking. I'm cooking. I'm doing great. Trust me. I know what I'm doing. Okay, I like that. I like that. It's not what I was thinking that I'm gonna end up going with. But honestly, I really fuck with it. It's really different from my original idea, which was gonna be like um mostly whites and maybe some purple, maybe some blue even in there. Um but I just feel like that really works. Maybe it's because of the mm Soulsborne sort of vibe that I get from it. Do you want to get these back to be white and not pink? We don't want it to look like a washing machine accident. the the image came back to me. Oh yeah, just make everything pink. Ends up looking like the red, white of blue corp. There we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is good. That is good. I like that. I am a big fan of that. Mm-mm-mm. What even is that? Oh, that's the cane. I don't want the cane to be affected by those colors. Yeah, yeah. Maybe I'm gonna get the green also to stand out more. There we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's better. You can see it. Um, what even is this? There's like a random layer and I don't know what it is for. Great. Awesome. Really awesome. Now let me color in the lineout. Started the color in my lineout. I didn't do it at one point like at all. I thought it looked kind of stupid, but I don't know. Nowadays I fuck with that. I fuck with coloring in your lineout. Maybe not that much though. Just coloring the edge of these lineouts. And make it pop more. I guess I really started doing it when I was drawing those random characters for like in case I have the time and then to start making the comic project. So I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna experiment. I have nothing to lose here. And then I started coloring in the lineout and I was like, you know, that kinda looks cool. I might have to start using this now. I don't color it in too much though. Just on some parts. They really bring certain colors out or certain things, details out. I could want to do it for the feathers. Oh, wrong. That's too pink. Yeah, 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 yeah. There we go. And then the other side. I might do it for the wings too. Well, you know, the bigger wings. But then again, they are. Hmm. No, 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 it does work. I was a little afraid that it will make it look really washed out. I'm not gonna do it when where it meets the body, but just the edges of it. Give it that sort of more soft look. Hey, Raki, down. It looks like you are awake. Hi. Did you sleep well? You've been sleeping for almost 3 hours now. There we go. That is first one of the designs colored. Damn. 4 more to go. You know, I'm gonna go with the one that is like really easy. Minus the fact that there's like 1,000 pairs of wings, but we don't have to talk about that. Um, there's reasons. But yes, a very specific vision for that one. So I'm gonna do maybe this today, and then Raki, we stop that immediately. Then I will maybe call it a day. I don't know. We have to see. Depends on how I'm feeling after this one. Like technically, as I said, I have nothing. Oh, I could stream for a really long time, but the thing really is just like my general health that will kind of stop me from doing that. I hate working with this, by the way. Like this annoying shade of purple that I picked as the blush color because it looks so unnatural. And it's supposed to look unnatural because it's, you know. Okay, can we not? Hey. Yeah. I'm talking to you. My bad. The cat's being a bitch again. He wants to eat my TV. He doesn't really want to eat the TV. There is just like old lights on it. And he wants to chew on them. And I don't want him to do that. Especially with this design, because it like has to be really purple. I gotta make it like, you know. I know that I'm kind of pushing it. Like, even I, who has cyanosis, my limbs do not get that purple. They don't really go that deep of a purple. So I'm gonna maybe tone it down a bit. Like maybe do like a pink wash over this and hope it works. But then again, I also like the idea of like really pushing it, really making it over the top. Cyanosis is a funny thing. It really is. My hands aren't usually very obvious. Like you can't really tell from my face and hands that I have cyanosis. I mean sometimes if it's like a really cold day, you can really tell that my fingers are like full on purple. Sometimes my arms, sometimes kind of my face as well. But it's not really that because my cyanosis is not like, you know, from the family. It is mostly from like frostbite. So it's mostly, well, not frostbite. Well, yeah, frostbite. uh, it's mostly just my legs. And it kind of looks funny. Like I'm so used to it. I'm just like very used to the fact that I might look down at my legs or hands and be like, oh fuck, they're purple again. I guess I gotta maybe warm them up a bit. Maybe like, I don't know, wrap them up in a blanket or something and hope that it kind of helps. But I do sometimes feel like it scares a lot of people who don't know about it. And I sometimes do forgot to like point it out. So I'm just like living my day, living my best of my life, and then somebody is like, "Holy shit, maybe get that checked out." And I'm like, "What? Everything's fine. I'm fine." You're fucking purple. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Shouldn't you be concerned? No, really. And that happens, especially like during winters. It happens. And I don't think that is based on the way people are responding to me. That just happens. It's not the right thing to say if you are purple. Telling someone, "Oh yeah, yeah, that's just the way that I am," is like probably not a great idea. When I was like in middle school, uh, that age group, I believe, um, we had like the mandatory, like mandatory health checkups, school nurse and stuff like that, where they would kind of like, take your blood pressure, check your height, check your weight and stuff like that, just to kind of make sure that you're doing fine, you don't have like weird moles on you and stuff like that. Um, when I walked in there, and it was like at first it was normal, and then she was like, okay, now I gotta check your skin's condition that you don't have like a Becky, why did you do that? That you don't have like a skin condition or anything. And she was like, okay, like you know, take off your top layer of clothes and stuff like that. And she was suddenly just stopped and went like, your legs are purple, and I was just like, yeah, 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 they are. It's not supposed to happen. Well, they are. And that's, yeah, part of the reason why I ever got even the diagnosis. I think I generally would not have even like really talked about it. I realized that it was not supposed to be that way. Like yeah, I live in Finland, of course. We have cold winters. Um, the reason why I very often had frostbite on my legs and like why very often uh I had basically frozen my legs multiple times was because I hated the feeling of layering pants. Absolutely despised the feeling of like multiple layers of pants on my skin. So I would rather freeze than be slightly uncomfortable with that. Where am I? I was thinking about giving the wings some sort of a gradient, but I don't really know what color I would even go for. Like in general, I don't think it would fit the design's aesthetic and idea. I mean, I could go for like a purple, but it would make no sense. One idea was to make it so that it's fitting the sort of a, you know, black. But okay. I mean, I always do fade them to white, kind of. It's not really a fade in. It's more of a, you know, what I do every time that I draw wings. I don't make them pure white. I make them like a purple or a blue. Raki, I just said, don't be update. And then I fade them to white. I like doing that when it comes to wings. I think it gives them a nice look. I never wrote the layers of pants either. I just never froze though. I did. Because it would be like the middle of winter, it would be the Reki. It would be the Reki. It would be the coldest day of winter, and I would still be like, no, I'm not gonna layer any clothes. I'll rather freeze to death than layer anything. I was very dramatic about it too. Even when I was a kid, I was dramatic. I was like there for a drama. I think there should have been the first hint from my mother that I'm gonna grow up and being gay. Like the way that I would just like, I love drama. I would love being dramatic. Now I have to think about the hair. The hair is the biggest problem when it comes to this specific model. Not model, not model, not model. I swear, I'm not making this one also like that. Variant. No, that's not gonna happen in a very long time. Mostly because if you look at this, the head wings are a lot bigger than on any other design. Um, Instead of two wings, like two, one pair of wings, there's two pairs of wings on both the waist and back. I'm not gonna be drawing that on a model, okay? I'm insane, not that insane. But yes, the hair. In the original design, it was just like natural. It didn't not did not have the red strikes. Strikes? No, stripes. Yes. Raki. Thank you. Nope, that's the hand. problem just is, just like I said, uh, there is such a big part of my designs, like the red, red, in the head. Hey, my bad. He's trying to rip off the posters again. My bad. I did not mean to raise my voice that much. Oh yeah, that's a fun fact. I have to make sure that I speak more quiet than I speak in like real life when I'm on stream. Mostly because if I would speak the way that I do when I'm like, talking to my friends or like just talking to people in general, in real life, I I am loud. I am loud. That's what I'm saying. The cat is being an ass. So yeah, I'm gonna probably draw this and then call it a day. Not draw. It's already drawn. Coloring. Mm. But yeah, I am very loud. I have a loud voice, so I have to kind of make sure that I don't speak as loud because I'm afraid that like my mic will peak and stuff, and just like in general, I don't like speaking loud, but I can't really control it too much. I just have like a really loud voice, mostly because I do have some slight issues with my vocal cords, so I speak loud just to make sure that like I can be heard. Like, yeah, I sure you're gonna be heard in your fucking. You know what I mean. The people can understand what I'm saying. He's playing with a bottle of glue. My cat is playing with a bottle of glue. Are you stupid? That cannot be fun. How do you? Yeah, you know what? You go for it. It's sealed anyway. You're not gonna be able to bite through that kind of plastic. You probably can't even get your mouth around that thing, like to bite it. It's like one of those comically large glue bottles. I bought it because I needed a lot of glue when making the cosplay. I will still need it. I am afraid of the wig styling process. Also, update on the wig. I don't know. I don't know when it's coming in. I don't know where it is. The last information that I got about it is that it has finally made it to Finland. Oh, Reki. That's all that I can say about it. I'm currently checking just in case. And that's not a great thing because um I gotta need it in like a week. Because if I don't get it in a week, I don't know what I'm gonna do for Halloween. That was supposed to be part of my well, a really big part of my Halloween costume. Um, so yeah, that's fun. I'm not gonna be able to be a phenomena for Halloween. Like I'd have to think about what I'm gonna do if I can't do that. Maybe I'll have to cosplay Gold Chip again. Have to. It was really funny. I honestly loved cosplaying Gold Chip. The long ass wig. Uh, it was great. But I wanted to finish up the hat and maybe also get like a better outfit in case I would cosplay Gold Ship again. But No, I might not have the time. I might have to finish up the hat and other gear just in case. Mm-mm-mm. Do I want to add in red stripes? They are such a big part of the design, though. Like, such a big part. I feel like it's not recognizable without them. Does it make any sense? No, it really does not, like, lore-wise, but look, it's cute. It's cute, it's part of the brand now. They were not supposed to really stay. Um, they were supposed to be just a thing for this specific design, like the one that is, the model that I'm using right now. Um, when I was making this specific design, I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna, just for this one. Um, Not purple for the other designs. Yeah, I'm gonna do it for this one and then never do it again. But um, I just fell in love with them. I like having colored hair. I like having like unique colored hair. And now I really can't just imagine myself without them. I'm not gonna give them like give this design that split dye or uh under undercut, not undercut, you know, the underset also. Just the stripes on the front. I feel like that would look the best. I make it right. I love how I never talk about any of the lore and stuff. So it's kind of like, yeah, you know what? You can try to guess. You can try to guess based on the more lore based versions and designs. Like, yeah, there is lore. Probably never gonna talk about it, never gonna make anything about it, but I mean, I would love to. I would love to make it into a comic because I like drawing comics and I like planning them out. They're just a lot of work. And I think like if I'm gonna make it into a comic, I might need to uh ask someone to help me out on that one. Maybe on like the coloring process. So if I do make it into a comic, I do need help for that. Like I would probably make all the lineup and all the sketches, like yeah. But the coloring and then shading. But the way I shade my comic, things are it's very easy. It's very simple. It doesn't take me a lot of time. So every once in a while, I make like small comic pages based on like OCs. Well, I used to make. I haven't really had the time to do that. That's what I mean by it. This is the easiest one of them to color. It's just like it's just white. Well, like a desaturated light pink. To be very precise about that, but you know. It's the closest to an angel that I will ever be. Otherwise the designs are very not really that angelic. uh, not that yeah, you know what? Never mind. I take everything that I just said back. I'm gonna make some color variations here. Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna throw in base, you know. I'm finally not in a car. I have to immediately restart the stream because I'm now in the middle of nowhere. Why are you in the middle of nowhere? What happened? Did I miss something? Lovely updates. It's like, oh yeah, I'm in the middle of nowhere. Mm-mm-mm. I am thinking about making the shoes almost quite like, yeah, definitely lighter than everything else. Just to tie in from the wings, a really light color. Rest of the design. Also, don't worry about it taking a minute to reload it. It's okay. And nothing better to do for the weekend, so I get dragged out to our cottage or whatever to help make the winter preparations. Ah, okay, but that sounds kind of fun though. Damn, I love cottages. Oh, I miss, I miss staying at one. My grandparents have a cottage in like Lapland, you know. Um, when I was a kid, like a wee child. No, I wasn't even that young. I'll be so honest with you. Um, we would go there very often, like with my grandparents. I love that place. There also was like a really nice beach near it. I mean, I think they like owned a part of the beach, and I would I would always just like beg to go there during the summer and be like, please just let me go there. All I want to do is like lay in the water. I don't even want to swim. I just want to be at the shoreline and lay in the water. Praying that the internet decides to function better than the last few times. Oh, so it's like middle of nowhere, you know. I love that place. It was so nice. They had like both a cottage and then like just an empty lot basically. And what we would do is my grandparents would probably usually sleep in the cottage, and me and my brother, we would go there with one of those like caravans. Is that the word for it? You know, those things. Um, and me and my brother would sleep in that like empty lot of space, and it would be amazing. And we would also have like an traditional just like cooking every single meal, if possible, on like open fire. Uh, open fire food making is like I love that. There's something very nice about it. I'm already delayed by a few minutes, but I'm hoping it's just my phone getting used to no longer being on move. Probably yeah. And I remember if it if it gets too laggy and stuff, like you are always you can just drop out. Uh, I don't like assume that everyone will be here from the start to the finish kind of thing. I don't get mad if it like your internet starts breaking and you have to leave because of that. That would be insane. Like holy parasocial. Nope. Let me make it a bit lighter. Nope. I airbrushed it. It's not gonna be that dark in like other than very few spots. That's much closer. That's a very simple design in a way. Silhouette wise, it's not simple at all. Um, color wise, like everything else, it's very simple. It's very nice. The whole point of it was to be more of a simple design. No, I just gotta color in the line art. Oh, I forgot to color in the teeth. Gotcha. Mm. What time is it? Oh, it's already like 7. Okay, yeah, definitely have to go after this one. I need to rest. I need to rest for tomorrow. I might talk for a bit after drawing this one. Just, good old yapping. Mm-mm-mm. Me again. Nope, too pink. It's better. Also color in the wings and the feathers. For this one, it's kind of harder though because the design is so busy when it comes to the silhouette and when it comes to like the pose that I chose. I chose a very uh not really a great pose for like a ref sheet or anything or something like that. Mostly because I'm not gonna be, as I said, I'm not gonna be making this one into a model or anything like that in a very long time. I might, uh, at one point. Hey, Raki, get down. Thank you. Um, I might at some point, but that's gonna take a lot of time. Maybe it can be some sort of goal, and I don't think I would really use it that much. Uh, on stream and stuff. Well, maybe it can be nice. Have it just in case. But I will be focusing on the actual outfits and the actual model first. So I wanna do something that I don't do very often. I'm gonna make the whole line art. Nope. Purple. And what if I now do multiply and lower this opacity just a little? Does it pass it through just enough for it to... Yes. Oh my god, cat! I'm rolling around on my chair. There we go. Oh my god, the contrast between these two. Gulp. I thought I could be able to color all of them in one stream, but I mean, I could. But like I said, I don't want to sit here for like 7 hours again. I don't really have the time to do that because I'm busy. I'm busy with everything. But that is what we got done today. I'm a big fan of this one though. It's very like yeah, the palette is kind of just like one color sifted differently, but I like it. I like it a lot. Then we have, of course, the so-called main design. It's not really a main design, but it's definitely the one that I base my graphics and everything around the most because I'm such a big fan of it. I love the colors. I love the vibe. Oh, it's great. And then the OG, of course. Also, I wanted to show off the different sort of wing poses with this one as well. I wanted to make sure that I have a way to show those off because the wings do function. I've yet to rig any model so that they do, but they do function. But yeah, the OG design still I I don't know. Even though I love the whimsy of like this design and the colors and everything, and I think it's like the best thing that I've made. Um, I can't deny it that I love this. The original, the OG. It's just great. The newest design, the newest addition, also lovely. That's the wrong one. I am furthermore gonna make a version without the veil as well. But the newest design I am I'm very happy with the color palette that I ended up with. It's not what I was thinking about going with, but you know. And then we have this design. It's not the Uma design, but come on. Everyone can have a gender bent design as a treat. Ugh, big fan of the pose also and the outfit. I based the outfit on my first model that I had. I based it on that. Well, of course, ditched the pants for a skirt and then like a jacket tied on the waist. But I based the top of it, and I'm thinking about basing the colors also on my first design ever on this one, because I do want to bring it kind of back. And you mother, you're being really annoying. So you're getting the lab treatment. What do you have to say for yourself? um, every time Rocky gets too annoying for me to handle, aka he starts knocking things off tables and being a bitch. Um, I grab him and force him to sit on my lap. He doesn't like to be held. Gender bent designs on the ultimate fanboys. Shut up. Yes, a gender bent design. Or maybe it's just a fanboy design, to be honest. I did. Who knows? More feminine design, let's say it this way. Oh, hi. You hate me. Yeah, you hate me so much that I'm holding you. But this is what happens when you keep being an ass and knocking things off tables. Yeah, yeah, you hate it. I know, I know. This is also, by the way, the reason why, for my first model, if somebody remembers, um, in that design, I am holding the other cat. I'm not holding Reki. The reason for that is because, as I said, he hates to be held. Yeah. You wanna say something? You wanna say something to the mic? Go on. Speak, my boy. Nothing today. Okay, nothing today. Anyway, let me switch over the chatting screen for a while as I call it a day. Where is my OBS? Oh, let me also save my art before I do anything. Raw orange got so orange. I don't know, man. They all have problems, I guess. I guess that's really the whole thing here. They're all a little bit, quirky, weird, but I love him. He's very interesting. We come back to City again as much as I've been at the Courage to stream is basically frozen for the past 5 minutes. No. I feel that though. Oh, the courage hates me. Ow, don't bite me. Don't bite me. Don't bite me, boy. Oh yes. Okay, fine. I'm gonna let him talk. Anyway, um, I'm not gonna be streaming tomorrow. Well, I am not gonna be streaming tomorrow. Um, I'm gonna be, cleaning my apartment, doing some chores that I have to do, working on some schoolwork as well. But there is a chance that I will be tagging along maybe on on Arthur's stream, maybe if he is streaming. Still have to ask. So yeah, there is a chance for that I will be tagging along on that stream tomorrow. Um, on Sunday I will most likely be playing Final Fantasy again. I I really want to finish that game, and I know that I'm like at the end of the game. So yeah, on Sunday I might be doing that. I might be playing it. Um, and seeing if I can finish it finally. It's I mean I've been working on it for like a month now, so it would be nice to get it, you know, get it at the end finally. Next week probably sadly no streams. Um, maybe during the weekend, but you know how it is. I will be updating you guys as the week goes on. Mm-mm-mm. Well then, do you have anything else that I need to talk about? Not really. I think that's kind of everything that I needed to say. Um, mm-mm. Let me see if I have. Yep, we have someone we can raid. Okay. I'm gonna raid out, and then we are after. Well, and I'm gonna end the stream there. And yeah, I will keep you guys up there on like Discord, and Twitter as well. Mostly Twitter, to be honest. So yeah, I will keep you guys up there on next week. I'm gonna set up the raid, so hold on for a minute. But thank you for being here, and I will see you another day when I do have the time to stream. Thank you for being here as always. So yeah, hold on, and I'll set up the raid.